There we go. Recording.
Thanks, Elizabeth. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Do you want to kick us off or shall I get going?
You can get going.
Okay. Hi, Elizabeth. And hello, everybody. My name is Matt Fowler. I am the Director of MLS Services at a company called Solid Earth. That is a division of TRIBUS, which we were acquired by about a year ago. I have got a long history with Charlottesville. My company used to make the listed system that you guys used back in the day when Dave Phillips was the CEO. And since I talked to Abby and Elizabeth and Allie and everybody at my car about teaching this class, Dave Phillips has hired me away from TRIBUS, and I'm now the executive director of the Triangle MLS in Cary, North Carolina. I'm sitting in the parking lot today of the Hope Valley Country Club in Raleigh or in Durham after speaking to the Durham Association of Realtors today, where Dave is inside having rubber chicken. So if you guys remember Dave, he's suffering in there as the CEO. And I wanted to get together with you guys today at your association's request to talk about the mycar.com site as it relates specifically to brokers. And my goal with our brief time together today, since everybody's super busy, is to just tell you what this thing is for, and then show you a particular page that is in the dashboard of this site that is reserved for brokers and broker assistants to be able to manage the way leads are processed or the way consumers are connected to members at the MLS. And then I'm going to shut up and let you guys ask any questions you might have about the site. So before we get going, does that sound good? You guys got any specific things you want to hit other than that? I guess we'll just get to that in just a second, and I'll run through and show you what I intended to show you, and then we'll stop and ask for questions. So this is mycar.com, and as you can see back at solidearth.com, it's one of a bunch of different sites that we manage. Our largest customer in terms of traffic is probably the New England Real Estate Network, or NARIN.com. And I'm going to show you NARIN.com in just a minute because we're going to look at some lead management stuff, and I don't want to log in as a broker in Charlottesville and possibly show you that broker stuff. So I'm going to log into a system in NARIN that looks exactly the same as yours. So first of all, we're at mycar.com, and this landing page has a simple search tool, a couple of calls to action. We refer to this as the popularity panel. This is a constantly changing list of the most clicked municipalities within each county. So the ones at the top are the ones that are just getting the most page views on the listing detail pages. Find an agent, video insert, your Twitter account. So the richness of updated material on this landing page is what makes it rank so high on Google search engines results. So if you Google your name and the word Charlottesville, maybe, I think you'll find that your name comes up on the first page of Google because it appears in the mycar.com roster. And there's only one reason for this site to exist, one reason alone, and that is when a consumer does a search for a property in your MLS, they find one that they're interested in, and they click through to it. In the upper right corner of this page, you have what we call the branding block, and it shows the listing broker, the listing agent, and how to contact them. Well, I say it does. Did I hear a question? Not yet. Oh, I see what this is. You may have noticed that this is a non-Charlottesville listing. So this is a listing that comes in from the data share, and that's why it's got a contact agent link on it instead of showing the listing brokerage. I think I'm going to go. Yeah, there we go. So this is a car member, and you've got the name of the listing brokerage and the name of the listing agent or agents that appears at the top of the listing detail page. And just below the listing agent's name, you have a form, contact a listing agent. And that's the entire purpose of the site, to get a consumer to fill out this form instead of filling out that form on a paid lead website that you would then have to go buy the lead back off of your own inventory. So the consumer portal was really built to interrupt the paid lead traffic and to deliver some of those connections with consumers into your inbox as a member benefit, as opposed to an a la carte lead tool like you see in most of the web. So you fill out this form, and we receive that consumer inquiry. And this is the page I want to show you. At the very top of the screen, you have sign in or register. You can see that's how people sign in or create an account with the system. When you log in, you'll see that the upper right corner changes from sign in or register to your name. And below your name, you're logged in as a member, you see a link to the dashboard. The dashboard looks like this, and it takes you to a list to show you your referral stats, if any. This person doesn't have any listings, any inbound leads. And on the left, it shows you where the leads are sitting. And these leads are sitting in what's called the office lead pool. And this is a list of people that have contacted this brokerage about one of their listings. So Paul Kritos has asked about 27 Thorndike, and this is super old, in 2018. So you could claim that lead, and that would put it into your prospects list to indicate that you're now working with that person. And the thing I want to point out to the brokers on the call, and I guess all you guys are brokers, is the office settings button underneath the dashboard. So if you're a broker,
I think maybe we lost Matt.
At least temporarily. Hey, Donna.
At least temporarily.
Donna, give me a call when we finish with this meeting. Just call me on my cell phone.
hey, am I back? Can you guys hear me yet? Hello?
I can hear you.
You're back.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Sorry about that. I was gone for a second.
Happens to us all.
Yeah, sorry about that. I'm not sure what that was. Let me get my screen to refresh. And what we're looking at here is this page. And you see I chose office settings and then the office that I want to manage. And I've got 3 options. And I'm going to go over those real quick, and then I'm going to be quiet and let you guys ask your questions. The first option is that the consumer inquiry goes directly to the listing agent, full stop. So we're going to send it to the listing agent or agents, and we're going to take no further action. That means they get an email that says John Doe connected with you about 123 Jones Street, and it's up to them to contact that person and deal with that inquiry. You can also optionally choose the lead pool option. And if you would like to provide some backup to your listing agents so that the consumer receives a response quickly if the listing agent is otherwise engaged or on vacation or whatever, and you can put an hour, number of hours, or a fraction of an hour in that lead should expire after box. And I put 0.25 in there, so that's 15 minutes or a quarter of an hour. And what that means is if somebody fills out this form and they want more information about this house, it's going to go to Greg, and it's going to go to Greg's inbox. And if Greg clicks of getting that email, then he'll get that lead. If Greg does not click that email within the broker specified period of time, it goes from the My Lead column in the lead pools to the office leads column in the lead pools, so that everybody in the office can access those inquiries and service that customer on the way in. So it's a way to provide a backup to the listing agent to make sure that the consumer is getting a prompt reply. That's entirely optional, but if you want to do that, you would just click lead pool and give us how long the listing agents have to pick things up. And then finally, under custom, if you are a top producer user or Boomtown, or you have another CRM that you use and you want any information that comes into this site for your brokerage to get forwarded over to your CRM, then you would just put in the parser address that your vendor has given you, that would look something like that, and click the save button down at the bottom. And we will save those settings, and we'll send all consumer inquiries that come in for your brokerage over to your CRM. So last thing, you have a lead management report and a lead report. If we go expand the date here, you'll get a look at the leads that have come in during that date range for your brokerage. And then a lead manager report will give times for when the inquiry, that you have complete control over how the inquiries are managed that come in through mycar.com. Anybody got a question? Okay. While you continue to think about that for a second, I will pop over back to the site and back in Charlottesville now. And I want to show you probably just one thing that we just added to the site that you may not have run across yet. And it's this mapping integration. So if I click map on the listing detail page, let that load. Apologies for having to be in the car today. That map loads with an Apple map in the background. And on the left, you see an integration with a Canadian company called Local Logic. And this lets you do a bunch of stuff. It lets you put in the person's work, perhaps, and you can get commute time to this property. It lets you look at the neighborhood and see, this is kind of out at Lake of the Woods. Let you see what's nearby. So there's, if you click restaurants, it's look like there's two of them, or it gets, excuse me, that's the score. It gets a score of 2. It does score 10 out of 10 for quality local logic integration that was just added in the last just month or two, and is part of the listing detail page integration set. So that was my primary thing to get together with you guys about today, was the lead tracking. I guess I'll mention one other thing because I didn't mention it here next to Greg's name, page by the office settings as we just described. Just above the contact a listing agent form, you see that orange button that says work with this agent. And you should really promote this to your agents. If you can convince a consumer to click the button next to your name on one of your listings, or just your name in the roster, that consumer is permanently connected to you as their agent. And any subsequent inquiries about any property in the system will be forwarded to that selected agent, creating what's like an IDX relationship between the consumer and the agent that they select. And that remains a just binary connection until the consumer comes back into the system, goes into their settings, and that's a really great feature of the Spring system, I think. All right, Elizabeth, you got any questions out there?
I'm good on this side.
Elizabeth, you out there?
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can now.
Yeah, no questions on this side.
Okay. Well, we're going to do this again tomorrow for agents. I guess Elizabeth can tell everybody about that. And I'm going to be at my desk tomorrow and do this a little bit more in depth for the agents, just to show them how it works, show them what an email looks like that's coming out of the system, to make sure they don't spam those or ignore them, because these are email verified consumers. We make them, confirm by sending them an email and say, click here if you really meant to do this. So these are real people asking actual questions about houses in the system. We need to respond to them quickly. All right, well, that was very efficient. So not hearing any questions, I will leave you with Elizabeth. If you have any follow-ons, just forward them to me by email, and we'll continue to support this site, which is, I think, our 4th or 5th most traffic site in the whole network. So my car has been pretty successful in generating leads back to the membership for a long time. Very proud of that site. We do have a new version coming out soon that looks a lot like Naren. The landing page of the Naren site looks like this. And you've got a nice, pretty hero image, just kind of an updated look and feel. And that is about to be released. I'm not sure the timing, but we're probably weeks away from turning that on. Just the same functionality, same dashboard in the background, same office settings, same rules for routing the leads, just an updated look and feel. And Naren, by the way, got 42 million page views last year. Produced about 800 email verified leads a month. And their share of the network advertising that you saw on the site, that purple mattress ad, was a little over $100,000 in just 2021. And they're using that money to buy targeted advertising to get the Naren.com brand to be even more successful. We're just always trying to catch up with their traffic. And Charlottesville's got some excellent traffic. As I said, I think they're 4th or 5th in all of our cities. Probably the biggest reason is it's been up for a very long time. I think we first published mycar.com for Charlottesville when Dave was there in 2003, maybe. So coming up on 20 years. Amazing. Well, thanks for the time, you guys. I'll not bother you anymore. If you have any questions for me, it's mfowler@solidearth.com. And I'm available through that email at least through the end of March while I ramp things up down at Triangle. Thanks so much for your time today and for using the Spring system.
Thanks a lot, Matt. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, Elizabeth. Talk to you again tomorrow.
All right. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.
Yeah, bye.
All right, everybody. We will be doing this again tomorrow for agents from 10 to 11. So if your agents are interested, push them on over here and have them register for the class. And you can also join if you want to. We'll let you in. Have a great day, everybody.